Here's 3 mindset traps that are hijacking your brain. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break them and destroy them forever. Getting below 12% body fat isn't in your fucking diet. It's not your motherfucking training. It's all in your mind. And there's 3 hijack ways that have been taken from you. Taking your focus, taking your fitness, and taking away your self-mastery. How do I know? I've coached over hundreds of entrepreneurs, high-level entrepreneurs, leveling up their fitness and mindset. And I want to give away course level value in this video for you guys now. Let's get it. Look, let's talk about what's wrong. What's not wrong is that you guys are making money. Let's be honest. You guys are already making money. You guys are making more money than most of your peers that you graduated with in high school and college. You know, maybe, you're like me. You wasn't the best in school. You probably was okay, but you wasn't stellar. You know, you wasn't amazing in school. You didn't even like school. You know, it was okay. You know, you probably had your mind focused on other things outside of school. Let's say sports or building things or just different things that didn't involve books and sitting into a classroom. Like me, I played college baseball. Many of you guys probably played sports as well or did, music or whatever. You know, you guys had arts or whatever you guys had outside of school that you guys enjoyed. All right, so you guys are similar to me. You know, I didn't excel in school at all that much either, but it's something that differentiates us that we were able to make a living outside of school with our skills, and you're in that point where you're making good money with your skills. All right, with skills that school didn't have to teach you, skills that you learned on your own. So you have the wherewithal to put the work in and do it and lock in and provide for you and your family. That's taken care of. That's done. The sad part is your fitness and your mindset has not lapsed into self-mastery and self-improvement the way you want it to. Because you take your shirt off, you look in the mirror, you're not in good shape. You know, you still get consumed by different things like lust and getting tempted and just not understanding why you're in the position right now you're in your life where you're not looking the best, not feeling the best, even though you're making money. You know, and we all know money don't solve everything. And this is a problem that money can't solve. Alright? One of the issues is, you want to work out. Let's say you want to work out. Let's say it's Monday. Alright? Monday's here. I want to work out. I want to get strong. I want to get lean. I want to get jacked. I want to get a new nutrition plan. By Wednesday, it's fucked. It takes 2 days for you to fall off. Why is that? You don't quit your job in 2 days. You know? You don't stop spoiling your girlfriend or wife in 2 days. So why are you giving up on yourself in 2 days? What's wrong? What's the biggest problem? Why is this happening right now in your life? Especially in a point in your life where you need yourself the most. Why is this happening? Alright? Here's a few traps that you fall in. Consistency trap, energy trap, and a mental edge trap. Alright, what do I mean by that? Consistency, we covered that at one point. You can't stay consistent long enough to see results. You have so many ideas on how you want to self-improve your life, how you want to make more money, how you want to get in better shape, but you just can't stay consistent enough to get there. That's number one. Secondly, it's the energy trap. You want to get in better shape. You want to do this, want to do that. You want to work harder, but you just don't have the energy. You just haven't optimized your energy enough to where you can work at that peak level more consistently. That's a biohacking problem. We'll cover that next. All right. Next is the mental edge trap. What do people who are excelling in the sports, somebody like LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, and the average player? Obviously, the skill set, the genetics, all that stuff, take all that away. What else do they have over other players? What do the best players in the world, Tom Brady, what do they have over other players? Patrick Mahomes. It's the mindset. It's the will to work. The will to work and have the work ethic and figure out a problem and why it's a problem and find that solution. And don't sleep until you find that solution. Mental edge. Many of you guys are lacking the mental edge. You guys trapped. And this all revolves around energy. All this revolves around having enough energy to get it done. All right. So let's dive deeper. All right. This is a problem. You don't have energy to do these things. Because self improvement takes energy. All right. So I promise you guys, in this video, I'm gonna break down these habits. It's gonna help you guys keep below 12% body fat. It's gonna break your mental edge curse. It's gonna make you more consistent, and it's gonna make you more cater to yourself and be the best version of yourself and practicing self mastery starting today. All right. Let's get it. So I want you to consistently perform, but first we gotta find what are the 3 mindset traps. What's the problem, Andy? What traps am I falling myself into? What have I gotten myself into? Well, number 1. Let's talk about number 1. The Machiavellian mindset. I'm gonna get pretty nerdy in this video. So it might help if you take notes. You might want to save this video. Maybe even like, subscribe, it's fine. But save this video, take notes. I want you to use this video. This is course level material and free content. Alright? So what happens? Your brain justifies sabotage. Just this one time. I'll eat pizza just this one time. I'll skip the gym just this one time. I'll give that girl a pass just one time. Alright? And when you do that just one time, you're pretending that you've committed to the goal. You've committed that, I'm so committed to get in shape. I'm so committed to make more money. I'm so committed to practice self-mastery, but you keep giving yourself breaks. Just this one time, I'll sleep longer. Just this one time, I'll skip the gym. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because we all know when we do it once, we open up the door to do it again and again and again and again. If you find yourself slacking in one area and you promise yourself you're not going to do it and you fucking go back on your word and do it, your word means nothing. There's nothing holding you to being more consistent and committed. There's nothing holding you to that. Alright? So what do we have to do to solve this problem? How do we solve it? Alright, so the solution is we gotta be ruthlessly honest. We gotta be ruthlessly honest with ourselves. A couple days ago, I was laying down in bed. It was 4 a.m. I hear my alarm going off. I'm like, fuck, it's 4 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'm laying in bed. I get up. I'm like, I turn my alarm off. I'm like, fuck. In my head, there's 2 battles. One battle saying, Randy, it's 4 o'clock. Why are you up? What are you doing? You work from home. What the fuck? You're like, why are you up so early? You're sleepy. Go to sleep. Rest. Relax. That's one side. And my other brain is like, you gotta get the fuck up because nobody's up right now. You gotta lock in. You gotta get that edge. You gotta really focus. You gotta get to the next level. You gotta get the fuck up. And I was battling with myself for 5 minutes, just talking to myself in my head, like, what am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I got the fuck up and got in a cold shower. I got to it. Alright? So you gotta be ruthlessly honest with yourself. You gotta be honest. If I don't do what I say I'm gonna do, how would I fucking feel? I'll feel like a bitch. Cause I told myself I'm gonna wake up at 4 o'clock. If I stayed in bed and slept for another 3-4 hours, I would have felt like a total bitch and the day would have been fucking ruined. Because I fucking gave in to, just this one time, just a little bit more sleep, just 15 more minutes. Don't fall into that trap. Alright, so this is what you gotta do to lock in. Alright, you gotta track all decisions. Alright, keep a note with every decision you make. Alright? If I would have kept sleeping, I would have thought about this shit all fucking day long. But no, I woke up, so I thought about me waking up all day long. I can get through anything. Got to the gym. I can get through anything. Work my business. I can get through anything. Track wins, track decisions. Alright? Next is daily check-ins. Accountability partner. For me, I have a few accountability partners, I have mentors, I have guys I work with self improvement. I have a lot of groups and guys that I talk to that keeps me accountable. Coaches, mentors that help me out, that keep me motivated. You know, if you guys don't have that, I do have a free link down below. You guys can book a call with me, and maybe I can be your accountability partner. Maybe I can help you get to that next level. Maybe I can fucking level up your life and make you the man that you know you need to be. This is some accountability. And if you already have that, push them harder. Go harder. You know, go harder. Okay, if you watch this video, obviously you must want to go harder. Obviously you must have higher goals for yourself. So if you already have a partner, it's time to challenge them. It's time for you guys to challenge each other more. See what you see your guys' limit. Alright? Very, very important. Okay? And last but not least, ask, would my future I spell it. Would my future self respect this decision? Very, very important. Because one thing we do when we kind of say, oh, just this one time, is we put our moments now to the future self. So what if in the morning, oh no, let's say you eat some bullshit. We're not paying for it now. We're gonna pay for it a day from now. So us doing bullshit now harms our future self. So how do we reverse engineer that? We gotta ask ourselves, would my future self respect this decision? Would my future self respect me eating 500 calories of fucking Cheetos right now? No. Will my future self respect me if I would have stayed in bed at 4 in the morning and got up at fucking 8, 9 o'clock in the morning? No. So if your future self wouldn't respect this decision, don't do it. Simple. If your future self would not respect that decision, do not do it. Clear as day. Alright? Simple. It's hard to do, but it's simple. Alright? Number 2. Broaden brain dilemma. Sorry, borrowed brain dilemma. Sorry. Borrowed brain dilemma. Alright? Borrowed brain dilemma just pretty much means you guys got TikTok brain. Alright? I had it too back in 2020. I had TikTok brain. I was playing video games, investing in crypto. It worked out, but invested in Forex, lost money. I did drop shipping. I was doing e-com. 2020, I tried everything before I became a personal trainer in the gyms back then. I tried everything to make some money. You know, at the same time, I'm still playing video games, staying up all night. I was trying to do all this, all that, and it's because I'm jumping between different activities. Many of you guys right now have a similar problem in a different area. You guys are jumping through meal plans, jumping through programs, jumping through, people you watch online, instead of sticking to one person and lock it in. Because guess what? You jump diets, programs. Think about it. You have external dependence, no mastery. Let's be honest, you guys don't know yourselves. You guys have external dependence on whatever you guys see on YouTube or whatever you guys see on Instagram or TikTok. You guys shouldn't be on TikTok, delete that shit. But you guys have external dependence on, oh, what's the next news line? What's the next this, the next that? Instead of having mastery. You guys have no mastery. You guys have no identity for yourself. Who are you guys? If you don't know, then guess what? We gotta fucking stick to one path. Stop watching all this bullshit online. This. Stop watching all these people. No, develop your own system. Develop your own mastery. All right, it's very, very important to being a man. All right. So how do we fix this? How do we fix external dependence and not having any self mastery right now? Well, simple. Solution is first degree thinking. First degree thinking. Alright? So for example, what you want to do, let's say you want to get in shape, build muscle, or lose weight, doesn't matter. You want to build your own fitness system. Build own fitness system. Because if you want to get in shape, you gotta figure out a routine that works for you, a plan that works for you, and the same thing that fits your lifestyle. So what I would do is I would look at a coach or program who has similar values as you, similar mindset, and a goal you want to accomplish. If I want to lose weight, I want to I want to look at a coach, consume his content, and learn what he's coaching so I can take it for myself and build my own plan for my lifestyle. Because no plan is going to be 100% beneficial to you if you're not working with that coach one-on-one. No plan you see or get for free is going to match your lifestyle 100%. So if let's say you guys don't want to invest, which is fine, I recommend you guys do invest in yourself. But if you don't want to invest in yourself, put the time in to do it yourself. Put the time in to create your own fitness system. Build your own perfect fitness system. What's stopping you from that? Many times it's lack of energy, it's laziness. Next is test all strategies against it. You'll have to do a lot of testing. During my times of getting in the best shape of my life, I was like, man, do I wake up and work out in the morning? Do I work out in the evening? Do I work out in the afternoon? Like, what do I do? How many times do I eat a day? How many carbs do I gotta eat? How much protein? You gotta test everything against it to make sure it fits your lifestyle. You gotta make sure it's sustainable for you. You gotta make sure that it mentally changes you too. You don't want an easy cookie cutter plan that you can just give and go. No, you want something that will make you in pain. That will drive your mindset crazy. Because if you're not stressed, you're not building. If you're not stressed, you're not growing. Good stress. Many guys have a body where it's like 17, 18% body fat, 20% body fat. And they're like, yeah, man, I'm happy with this. I'm 10% body fat. No, you're fucking not. You're not, because I can tell you haven't pushed yourself to the fucking limit. You haven't pushed your mind to the limit or your body to the limit. I see it in your fucking eyes. So test against it. What are you not doing now that you should be doing? Or what are you not doing now that you should throw on? Are you not doing cardio? Do more cardio. Are you doing 15 minutes of cardio? Do 30. That's why you're not getting results. You're not lifting heavy enough. You're not dieting hard enough. You're not focused enough. You're not going to sleep early enough. There's a lot of things you guys are not doing and not testing. You have to test. Test. Alright, next is 80% implementation, 20% learn. I had a big problem with this too. I consumed a lot of content. Trust me. I'm a coach. I feel like, I make the excuse. I gotta learn and knowledge. Yes, it's important. I have to keep learning. But don't get stuck in the learning loophole where you guys just learning for weeks and weeks and months and months. You guys have to actually do something and put in some type of work for yourself and effort for yourself. Many guys get in this trap where they're watching their favorite YouTubers or favorite coaches drop content day in and day out, but they're not putting in the work for themselves every day. They're not doing things for themselves in their life to change their life day by day. That's a problem. So, you want to implement 80% of the time and learn 20% of the time. So that means every day you should be doing 4 times as much as you're learning. So let's say you learn one piece of content. Alright, let's say you learn one piece of content. You should be doing at least, I want to say, we do 4 out of 5. So 4 actions. For every one time you learn, you should be taking 4 actions from that one piece of content. Literally. Because I know you guys are on YouTube, so you guys watch a lot of long-form content. You should be breaking down long-form content to the point where you're taking 4 pieces of action out of one piece of learning information, or one piece of learning content. Guess what? It makes you consume less. You gotta take more action. And sometimes action doesn't take a day, it doesn't take a couple of days. It may take weeks of action you gotta put in. Alright? So think about that. One piece of learning material, take 4 actions out of that learning material. Alright? Very, very important. Next is track outcome. Not just inputs. Now, this is two-sided because tracking inputs is really important for long-term sustainability. Trust me. I've driven myself crazy trying to track outcome. It sucks. But you want to track income, of course, but you want to be able to know where you're going. And this video is for guys who might not know where they're going, you know? So you want to know, okay, is this working? Or no, how long has it been since something's happened and this is working? How long has it been since I lost a few pounds? Do I look different in the mirror? Am I seeing the results? Am I seeing the changes? Am I seeing my work come to fruition? You know, you want to be able to see it and track outcomes. You know, how many pounds have I lost this day? How many chapters have I read this week? How many certain things, you know? So track your outcomes as well. You should be able to track how many hours you're working a day, track how many hours you're sleeping, track your steps, track your calories. You should be able to track a lot of stuff in your life to pretty much guarantee the outcome. You know? And there's some stuff in business or in the real world where you can't certainly track outcome because it's not all the way in your control. But you should be at least understanding where you are now and how much effort you put in already to get X amount of outcome. Alright? Very, very important. Okay? So let's go on to number 3. Alright, number 3 is going to be a deep one. And there's a lot of things people struggle with. Alright? So number 3 is going to be the inner circle effect. So last but not least, so the inner circle effect. So think about this. Your most 5 thoughts, your 5 most thoughts that come into your head. And in a day, we have thousands of thoughts. You gotta think about it. Your most 5 dominant thoughts are called your mental advisors. So 5 thoughts. Mental. And these thoughts will push you along your day. Your main 5 thoughts are going to push you along your day. That's pretty much going to be 90% of your day if these 5 thoughts in your head. You know? So if your thoughts in your head are always rest, slow down, take a break, eat, relax, chill, then guess what? You're going to be doing that for most of the day. Even though you might have thoughts of motivation, or you might have thoughts of, oh, I gotta make more money, I gotta get in shape. These thoughts here outweigh the other thoughts. Because your main 5 thoughts in your head are chill, relax, and learn. And just sit and wait for things to come to you. You know? So how do we reprogram that? This is a solution. Alright? Hope you guys can see this. Solution is counsel replacement. Alright? Counsel placement. Alright, counsel replacement. Alright. First, we gotta identify what thoughts are coming to our head. If there are thoughts in my head that's telling me to cheat on my girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, where are these thoughts coming from? Like, we gotta think about it. Like, where are these thoughts coming from? If there are thoughts that say, ooh, you should eat this cake, where are these thoughts coming from? Why is there cake around me? What's going on? So we gotta take account of our thoughts. Alright? So we gotta identify the 5 recurrent thoughts that are in our head the most. So we gotta identify. We gotta identify the 5 most thoughts and realize why are we having these thoughts. Is there something in our environment affecting these thoughts? Is it something I'm reading, I'm watching? Like, what's giving me these negative thoughts throughout my day to slow me down? And think about it. These negative thoughts are taking away my energy, taking away my consistency. It's having me think more about this than my passion and my purpose because I'm worried about these fucking negative 5 thoughts. All right. Next, you want to replace it with truth. This is very important. You want to replace these 5 negative thoughts with truth. You know, if you want to say, "Oh, I don't feel like working out today. I feel like chilling," you'd be like, "Oh no, I have a workout in my calendar at 3 p.m. So we gotta work out. Even though I don't feel like it, we gotta work out." Or we can eat some cheesecake. It's fine. We'll make it up tomorrow. No, well, I don't have that amount of calories for today, so I gotta stick to my diet plan. I got a diet plan from my coach. I'll stick to it. So we gotta reframe these thoughts and negative thoughts with truth. With structure and truth. Because if you keep going off feelings, you're gonna fold every single time. So you gotta replace it with logic and truth. Oh, I feel like doing this, but it's okay. We're doing this. We're sticking to the plan. We're gonna work X amount of Z hours a day. We're gonna study for X, Y, Z hours a day. We're gonna work on our business for X, Y, Z hours a day. Alright, replace it with truth because guess what? It's planned. Truths are planned. And you wanna plan your day. Plan your truths. Because when you see it, it's true. When you see it, it's true. So it should be planned in your calendar, planned in your notes apps. It should be planned. Alright? Next, it's a daily 5-minute mental rehearsal. Alright? For me, this is like a cold shower. In the morning, every 5 minutes, in the morning I take like a minute cold shower. That's like a mental rehearsal. That pretty much gives me a stop being a bitch. It throws me into the fire. Fuck, this shower's cold as fuck. I want to get out of here. Oh my god, I can't believe this shit. This shit sucks. This fucking cold shower sucks. Let me get the fuck out of here. It's rehearsing my brain for all these bullshit thoughts I'm going to get in the day. It's telling my brain, yep, you gotta get into this fire, stop being a bitch, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. And the reason why it works is because I plan for it. I plan for it so it's true. So anytime I want to bitch out, anytime I want to say, okay, let's watch Netflix tonight instead of working on business. Well, Randy, I fucking did a cold shower today, and that was in my plan. And there's 2 hours of business work in my plan, not Netflix. When there's Netflix, I can plan for it, but there's no Netflix in your plan today, Randy. So stop being a bitch and pick up the notebook, pick up the laptop, and get to work. So you gotta talk to yourself like that. You gotta talk to yourself like the shit that I feel like doing, as far as the bullshit, brain dead stuff, scrolling Instagram, this and that. You gotta kill it right then and there because it's not in your plan. And having a hard and difficult mental rehearsal is in the plan. Another mental rehearsal is doing 100 push-ups a day. I used to do 50, now I do 100 because 50 became too easy. So now I do 100 push-ups every fucking day. That's mental rehearsal. So every time I wake up at 4, I'm doing push-ups. I'm like, fuck, this sucks. I want to be in bed. This fucking sucks. But guess what? Push-ups, 100 in my calendar. So I gotta do it because it's true. It's true. I have to do push-ups because it's planned in my calendar. Alright? You guys want to cue that to your brain. Whatever's in your calendar is true. It will happen. Alright? Next is environmental cues to reinforce belief. When I went to Miami, the world opened up for me. So many environmental cues, Lambos, Porsches, Alfa Romeos, like so much stuff. It was a lot in Miami, and it just boosted my mental cues by just saying this shit's possible. Like this shit's right. I see it right here. It's right here. Like $500,000 cars, $1 million buildings. I mean, $2 million houses, $20 million houses. Celebrity, like it's a lot of stuff around you in Miami when I went that reinforced my beliefs that I can get this shit done. I can make this happen. And it's funny because when I got back home, naturally I became unmotivated. I got back home to my normal house, my normal living, and I was like, man, I want to be in Miami. It sucks. I want to be in the sunshine, going for walks in the morning, working out, not having not really having me, not to say stress, but really, I was just living sweet. I had the motivation was right around me. I didn't need self motivation when I was in Miami. And one thing I learned is environmental cues will reinforce your belief. Because if you're in that environment in Miami, like who lives in Miami and doesn't think they're successful? You have to think, damn, I'm living in Miami, big buildings. I feel I'm successful. Like this is me now. This is the way I live now. So that environmental cue really helped me out to reinforce my belief. But let's say you're not in Miami, because right now I'm not in Miami. I'm in my hometown now. So now I don't have those environmental cues to reinforce my beliefs, so I gotta make them. I gotta make them myself. So what do? I gotta write down my goals every single day. I gotta plan things in my calendar every single day. I gotta put the good things around me every single day. I put a certain amount of cash on my boat, little thing, my dresser thing, so I can look, see, okay, I have money and it's growing every single month. Gotta put it more every single month. So it's growing. I'm just feeding myself growth, feeding my mind growth every single day and every single week. That I'm gonna believe that yes, I'm gonna be successful. I will be successful. I will be hyper successful. There's no way around it, right? So that's some mental tricks you guys can go with, you know. But let's say you guys are not a fan of mindset tricks. Let's say you say, "Oh, this mindset won't work." This is another coach trying to sell you mindset stuff. This is another coach trying to sell you, this bullshit mindset. And I want to say, man, these are not mindset tricks. These are systems. These are systems you want to be able to live by. These are systems you put in your calendar. You see it. It's true, and it works. All right, this is not no hocus pocus, believe this, believe that. No, this is really putting in systems, putting in actions, and doing it every single day. Right, like this here. You learn, for one piece of content you learn, you want to take 4 pieces of action out of that and take action 4 times over. All right, very, very important. Let's say you have no time. Let's say, oh, I don't have time to do this, do that, and that's the problem. Are you tracking time in your calendar? Do you have a daily calendar that you know you can plan your time in? If so, every single week, you probably should do a time audit. If you feel like you don't have time to get in the best shape of your life, improve your self mastery, let's say even read every single night, then we gotta do a time audit. You should be able to do a time audit. And you should have enough time to at least spend an hour, 2 hours for your self mastery and self discipline. It's very, very important. Alright? So time audit. This stuff doesn't take more than 10 minutes a day. Like 5 minutes a day. Morning push-ups, a quick home workout, it doesn't take long at all. So excuses, it's bullshit. You have time. Alright? Last but not least, a lot of guys say, my life is unpredictable. Well, life is gonna happen. How do we make an unpredictable life as predictable as possible? It goes back to calendar. It goes back to putting everything in a calendar and learning from that. What is that? I can't see. My handwriting is like chicken scratch. But you guys probably know. If it's not in your calendar, it's not true. Yes, things will come up. You have to switch things around. That's life. But you want to have a baseline part of your life where you can still make progress through chaos. Things will still happen, but you still want to have that time where you can make progress. My time to make progress is from like 4 to 9. From 4 to 9 in the morning, I'm able to make progress, to work my business, to do different things. So from 9 to 9, I'm just working my outside of business. I'm working on client work, content, things like that. But from 4 to 9, that's my time to lock in and really get to it and self-improve. Alright? And something a lot of you guys can take from this video as well. So I pretty much broke down the 3 mindset shifts holding you guys back. Taking away your energy, taking away self-confidence, and taking away consistency and self-mastery. Alright? Implement this today. I promise you guys will make progress in a week easily. But if you guys want a more streamlined approach, or you guys want a more personalized approach that goes over way more stuff than this, it goes over the books you gotta read, the workout plan you should be on, the diet plan you should be on, the schedule you should have for your lifestyle, then click that link down below to book a one-on-one call with me. They will set all those lifestyle systems up, cater to your lifestyle. All right, book that one-on-one call with me. The link is down below in the description. Mainly, we'll go over your fitness goals, exactly how you want to get in shape. Is it, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to build muscle? Or is it just overall self-mastery? All right. So if you're interested in that, you want to take that next step to get to that next level, click that link down below, book a call with me, and we'll see if we can help you out. Let's get it. Let's go.